Anybody there? Oh, anybody there? Who there? Let me get up out of here. Get up out of there. Y'all see the two? Get up out of there. What's up, family? Now, I'm only going live, man, because I was brought to my attention. It was brought to my attention that everybody go crazy. Boys World TV, we be doing big things, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I said it last night. Somebody brought it to my attention that somebody was going live and mentioned my name, mentioned the family again. I said it last night. Listen, don't, you can cuss me out. You call me all these names, but prove the information wrong. Can you prove the information wrong or prove the logic wrong? So, uh, uh, the old man, my brother, Sidnetter, the old man. Listen, listen, man. We already know that Sidnetter TV ain't going nowhere. That ain't the point. And let me be clear. That ain't the point. Sidnetter TV has made its mark. Whether people support it, whether people are entertained, or simply that's all he know and that's all he's going to continue to do. So it ain't going nowhere. We get that. However, as long as you, me, and anybody is on these platforms, you're opening yourself up to be critiqued. This is the stuff that blows me away. When you're on social media platforms, you open yourself up to be critiqued. Let me give you an example. I interviewed Solomon about his experience with Nepal, who's also a social media personality for all intents and purposes. This crazy man says that I don't have his girlfriend on the platform. I don't have his girlfriend. My sister woman is not a social media personality. So, of course, there is nothing to critique. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. I can't respond to all of those garbage nonsense. The thing is, I'm saying that the responsibility is left to the people to make these people bring receipts. This weirdo, uh, 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 LL Cool Roy Bay, he gets on there and said the city took a building from me. Like, show some receipts. I can show you the check. Show me some receipt. This is crazy. And so this is why this stuff must continue to be talked about. This is why it must continue to be put out into the forefront so people don't fall for this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? This is why. This is why Moorish World TV is so important. Sister May goes on, calls in. I caught the tail end of it. She goes and calls in, and bring logical conversation. Like, why do you cuss? Why do you disrespect? Why do you come like this? And the best thing that this man, who is over a half a hundred, he's over a half of 100. The best thing that he can say is that I'm a street N-word. Don't forget that I'm a street N-word. After over 50 years, you still claiming to be a street nigga? I said, nigga, not nigga. After over 50 years, that is your claim to fame? Don't forget that I'm from the streets. After 50 years, over a half a hundred, you're not from the streets, because real street guys that was from the streets learn how to put that behind them and move forward to a more intellectual, more intelligent space. Over a half a hundred. Let me tell you something. The day that I become 55 or 56, and I'm still talking about I'm a street, that's the day that my days should be limited. Unbelievable to me. Unbelievable. And then you have the people that's in the gallery, right? They're sitting there like, yeah, tell them, sir. Yeah, tell them. Like, why don't you say, no, sir, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want my grandfather to be a street nigga. I don't want grandpops to be a street. I ain't with that. I ain't trying to have my grandfather to be a street nigga. I ain't trying to see my grandfather cussing people out on YouTube. Come on, we got to do better. When do we do better? But now, I'm doing this video now, and many people say, well, you making a video about such and such. Yes, because this stuff needs to be talked about. This stuff needs to be talked about. It definitely needs to be talked about, because at the end of the day, are we elevating one another, or are we entertaining one another? People might say, well, you do videos, and why you don't do no video about the brother? Matter of fact, he said something to the effect, it ain't no white people out here scamming. It ain't no white people out here scamming. Let me tell you something. After 2,000 years, we should be familiar with a European scam. The one that's the major problem, it's not, if in 2021, we let the Europeans scam us, in 2021, you can't blame the European no more. I mean, it should be clear. You can't blame that no more. But the one that looked like you, coming in screaming Black Power, coming in screaming Islam, coming in screaming Assalamu alaikum, coming in screaming praise the Lord, coming in screaming all of these catchphrases to get your heartstring, those are the ones that need to be addressed. The European, let me tell you something. And then this is another thing Mr. Goofy said. They don't teach. He don't teach. Oh, we teaching. We teach in real time. We're teaching real time. This is what we teaching. Let me show you how we teach. We don't teach to argue whether there were slaves in Egypt. This is what we teach over here at MWTv. Let's rock. Now, in North Africa, the Greeks conquered the northern tip of Africa around Spain, right? This was before the Jesus period, before 2,000 years ago, in BC time. When the European conquered that area, which would come to be known before as Mauritania and North Africa, that extended all the way from the tip of Western Egypt all the way around to Liberia. When they conquered that area, right, they dominated the area. Not only did they dominate it, they influenced the area with European Greek culture. And some of it still exists till this day. From that period, just starting from that period alone, Europeans have been conquering, manipulating, dominating all around the planet. They took a practice that was practiced by the Moors, enslaving Slavics or Slavs, where you get the term slave from, And they turned it to a brutalized system. See, the Moors shouldn't have never enslaved anybody in the first place. That's the lesson in that. What goes around comes around. You feel me? But what happened was the Europeans went to get some get back. And Pope Nicholas put out what they were calling Islam a fatwa, or what they were calling the Catholic Church a edict. I mean, they do that in Islam too, but put down a law, a canon, to enslave the Muslims of North Africa, known as Moors. And this is how the Portuguese began the slave trade. Now, I'm all over the place, but the point that I'm making is this. The point that I'm making is this. Papal Bull. Thank you, brother. See, there we go. Hillary McCullough. Thank you, brother. Hillary McCullough. He put out a Papal Bull. Thank you, brother. That's what it's called. It's called a Papal Bull. See? It just slipped my mind, but we got people in here that's educated on the matter. But here's the science here. From that period, from Pope Nicholas, the European has dominated, been manipulating, has been killing, slaughtering for thousands of years. Today in 2021, do you really think that I need to be focusing on what the European has repeatedly done and continues to do? I'll let you focus on that. What I'll focus on is what I do within to make me fall short. Me, personally, me. I'll focus on what makes me fall short. My character, my discipline, my lack of education, my lack of know-how. I'll focus on that. Then once I focus on that, I'll focus on my people, because we are the same. I'll focus on my people. You feel what I'm saying? Once I can focus on my people, those who infiltrate my people that look like my people, then quite naturally, if we come together, outsiders could never infiltrate us anyway. If we put those out of the cipher that is in the cipher to manipulate, that outsiders that don't even look like us, foreigners that don't even look like us, could never infiltrate. The worst infiltrator looks like you. That's the worst infiltrator. That's the worst infiltrator. The manipulator, the one that screams black power, the one that screams, yes, we live, Candy, the one that screams black power, the one that screams shalom, Islam, and all of that. Those are the ones that has always taken us down. That's it. That's it. Listen, in this era of time and in the times of past, Europeans could never conquer a people without the people being complicit. The people have to be complicit. You follow what I'm saying? The people. So if the European, a caravan of Europeans leave from Greece or Spain, and they come to North Africa where there's 1 million Africans, how do that little cluster of people ultimately dominate the millions? They have to have the people in the millions, 1 or 2 in the millions, to work with them. They have to have an insider. You see what I'm saying? And so it's the same thing today. These people on social media, whether intentionally or unintentionally, they are insiders, and they discombobulating the mentality of the people that the same people that could be a driving force to wake people up, to move people forward, to move our people forward, to even better themselves, they got them running around the desert of their mind with nonsense. You feel me? They got them running around the desert of their mind with nonsense. And so when I say the way, now listen, he said, oh, he got Nepal up there. I never disrespected Nepal. I never disrespect no woman. I never disrespected her. He got Nepal up there. No. Soleiman was telling his story and his experience. I invite anybody on my show to respond to anything what anybody say. To anybody say. Soleiman never cussed out Nepal. He never disrespected Nepal. He told his story. But the point that I'm making is that wouldn't it be easier, as I said last night, for one to say, even to do a video, you ain't even got to come on my show. Wouldn't it be easier to say, that never happened, and this is what happened, and here's the receipt? As opposed to, do you know this fool just went up there? Man, his B. Man, he was calling B's and MFers, and I'm like, because I caught the end of it, I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And people are listening to this and cheering it on. Is this the person that you listen to your children? That you let your children listen to? Would you let your children listen to that? Let's be clear. Would you let your 5 to 12-year-old listen to that nonsense? If you say, yeah, you's a crazy fool. What the old man Frank put on today, would you let your children listen to him this morning? So that's the answer for you. Like, you don't have to believe in Jesus, right? But Jesus said, it's a saying, like it's a philosophy, right? Jesus said that you must be born again, right? He tell, I think it was Lazarus, he says, you must be born again, right? You must become as a child. In order to get a clear conception of where we need to go in life, man, you got to wipe the slate clean. You gotta wipe the mind. You got to wipe the soul. You got to empty your cup, and you got to come clean, fresh, unsoiled, just as a child. Now, if you will not let your child listen to something like that, why would you put that garbage in your mind? See, when I'm talking about teaching, what they talking about teaching, they're talking about regurgitating a book. That's what they want to teach. They want to teach how to regurgitate the Bible, how to regurgitate MWTv, how to regurgitate the Quran, how to regurgitate. That's what they call teaching. But see, what I call teaching is practical application and wisdom. See, that's more science. They don't understand that, so they say he don't teach on that. I use situation to imply to hand out wisdom. I use situations like Silly Sinetta. I use situations like the crazy conscious community to teach wisdom. That's right. He told Nicodemus, you must be born again. You must be born again. So I use these situations for teaching moments. I use these situations, but they don't consider this teaching. They don't consider that I'm telling you that oppressive Europeans have manipulated and dominated for over 2,000, 3,000 years. What's the secret? The problem that we have not dealt with is those who have been a part of the manipulation that was among us. That's the part we don't like to deal with. That's the part we don't like to deal with because we don't like to take responsibility. See, that's a part of the slave mentality. A part of the slave mentality is when slavery was at its height, where the Europeans had our people in bondage. One of the things that we never had to do in those conditions was take responsibility. We wasn't responsible for our seeing in the dark. We got candles or fire sticks, and we ain't talking about Amazon, from the European. We wasn't responsible for our food. Guess what? We got that from the slaveholder. We wasn't responsible for our living condition or living quarters. Guess what? We may have built it, but we got the supplies from the slaveholder. When in fact, the jungle or the woods or whatever you want to call it, the forest is right there. We got all of these things because we didn't have to be responsible. And so for 400 plus years, we never had to take responsibility. Something was always supplied to us. It was always supplied to us. And we took that which was supplied to us and we made the best of it. That's all we're doing now. It's the slave mentality. It's the principles of slavery that we have failed to let go. We never had to take responsibility. So in today's time, I say, let's take responsibility. What part are we playing in real time? Not yesterday, not tomorrow. What part are we playing today? The part that we playing today, we got these spiritual hustlers. We got these spiritual hustlers. The part that we playing today, we got these hotep hustlers. The part that we playing today, we got these soothsayers, wordsmith hustlers. That's the part that we playing. And now taking responsibility is to call it out. Call it out. That's what taking responsibility. Now, this ain't gonna work for us. This been 10, 15 years. This ain't gonna work for us. That's what a true fight is all about. That's what a true fight is all about. What is working, what is not. What is working, what is not. If you're not going to face the music as to what is working and what is not, then you just simply playing the same game that's been played a long time ago. You feel me? You're just playing the same game a long time ago. Let me see something real quick. One second. Can y'all still see me? When I come back, tell me if you can see me. I'm just answering the text. Did my screen go black? Can y'all see me? I was answering the text. Oh, y'all can't see me. Can y'all hear me? All right, hold on. Let me see. There we go. My screen go back. Let me see. Here we go. Uh-oh, we back. I think we back. Yeah. But May, you called in. And you came with some practical, reasonable conversation, and bro just went crazy. But at the end of the day, family, this YouTube thing is a game. I want YouTube thing is a game. Do y'all hear me? Y'all don't take this stuff serious. Like, you might say, well, why should we take you serious? Listen, number one, I'm just bringing awareness. That's it. I'm bringing awareness at this time. If somebody wanted to build something in real time, you can hit me on the back end. You can hit me on talkabay@gmail.com. You can hit me on the back end. But my YouTube channel is simply about bringing awareness. That's it. So you don't get caught up in the fraud. And so those that are coming after us would know that it's on the record as to what these frauds look like. You know what I'm saying? Say, GS, I got my doctor certificate now. Respect my authority. Big up to the professor. I respect your authority, man, because we all doctors in here. I already gave everybody that rock with Morris World TV, everybody are doctors. All you got to do is just put it on your name. That's all you got to do. You a doctor, I'm a professor, you this, you that. Everybody, just like Oprah, everybody get a car. That's right. Now, so the whole thing is this. The whole thing is this. It's like when people talk about, it was said too. It was said this. He said, don't no more's rock with him. No more's rock with him. These fools are funny to me. Like, they just say anything. Do they know I don't rock with nobody who's fake? The Moors that I rock with, they not fake. The Moors that's organized, and I'm a part of that, they not fake. You don't see them on YouTube. See, people think because you don't see people on YouTube that there's no people. People I rock with, they don't do YouTube. They don't do YouTube. They have no reason to. They're not caught up in the spotlight. They're not, and I'm only using YouTube to awaken people, to make people aware. And again, I challenge anybody. I challenge anybody to prove my information wrong. If you prove my information and logic wrong, I will take the video down. Prove it wrong. If somebody texts me, somebody sent me an email, and I salute everybody who take the time to email me. I do read them. Sometimes I don't respond. Sometimes I do. But somebody sent me an email about Billy Carson, and they say, what they said? They said Billy Carson is a good teacher. He's not like the rest of them. And they named some names. You know what I mean? And they named some names. He's not like the rest of them. And I said respectfully, I said, show me where the information that I put out is wrong. Like, I'm not saying a person don't come off as a good dude. A person that's able to get your money out your pocket from ill means have to appear that way anyway. Press 7 if you follow what I'm saying. Press 7 if you follow what I'm saying. In order to get your money out your pocket, that person will have to. They would have to present themselves not only as a pleasant human being, but a knowledgeable human being and an endearing human being. You're not going to give your money to some raggedy, crazy looking psychopath who's talking in that manner. You're only going to give your money to someone who appears to be about what you're about. And they got to be. And so in order to see between the lines, all you have to do is to look what they're doing outside of what they're talking. All you got to do is look outside of what they're talking. What are they doing when they have nothing else to do? And look at their products. Look at what they're selling. If somebody told me, well, I use Colado or whatever it's called, water or whatever it is, I've used it. Somebody sent me an email and said that too. I used it for 2 years and I didn't turn blue. Guess what? That's not the point. The point is that there is medical proof that this product is not what it's cracked up to be. That's the point. And Billy Carson is selling products as a third party but endorsing it as if he's the maker of it. Somebody asked me too in the email. I like this. I'm responding to a lot of stuff. Somebody asked me to the email, what about Prophet Noble Drew Ali with the oil, teas, and compounds? The Europeans were saying that something was wrong with that. Let me show you the difference. And this is a big difference. If I was to blend some herbal teas in my community, remember, in my community, and people was to purchase herbal teas, and this tea was able to heal stomach problems, lung problems, common cold, and things of that nature. And my community vouched for it, that they were healed of it, that they had overcome something. That's a community thing. That's a community thing. The difference is when you're buying something from a third party, repackaging it, putting your label on it, and selling it via the internet to anybody and everybody, where there is no true accountability. And people don't even know that it's not even made by you. There's a problem. There's a problem. The difference is Prophet Noble Drew Ali opened a legitimate factory called the Moorish Manufacturing Corporation. And in the Moorish Manufacturing Corporation is where they made the oil, teas, and compounds, which was a natural herbs, natural oils, and bath compounds. If someone wanted to sue Prophet Noble Drew Ali, all they would have to do is go to 3140 Indiana Avenue, and it's a wrap. But the people endorsed it because it worked for them. He made it. They made it. And one of the descendants of those who made it is still making it till this day. You can find them. The problem with these internet hustlers is that you don't know where these people at. These people got P.O. boxes. If you was to die ingesting this stuff, you will have a heck of a time trying to resolve that issue. These people are elusive. The only time you see them is on a live stream. That's irresponsible. That's irresponsible. They don't have, they're so popular. They got all of this. They got all of these products. They got all of these services, but they ain't got near brick and mortar location nowhere in the country where you can walk in and knock on the door. There's nowhere in the country where you can just walk in and knock on the door. Hey, I would like some Colado Silver. Nowhere in the country. That should be a red flag. Especially if they've been around for over 10 years. If they've been around for over 10 years, you should be able to knock on the door. And if you can't knock on the door, guess why? Because they don't want to be discovered. They don't want to be discovered. The only way that you can file a lawsuit, you must have the information to have it served. You got to have the paperwork served. You can't serve paperwork to a P.O. box. Can't. So this is why you need to know that these scams are real. Stuff ain't no joke. Scams are real. You follow me? And if I call it out, I'm going to have to take the hit for being the bad guy. I'm going to take the hit of being a clout chaser. I don't know how it gives me clout because all I do is get attacked for calling it out. That's a clout chaser. I get attacked for calling out. Nobody nobody presented information. Nobody presented information how Collado Silver actually works from a scientific perspective or from a medical perspective. Nobody. Somebody said Roy Hay and wanted to live talk about you, man. They tripping on you. Get that damn fake. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not gonna really speak on Lil Roy. You know what I mean? Lil Roy, as he said, he called me talking about let's make an apology. I'm not making no apology to you. I owe you no apology. Oh, you apology for what? I don't owe you nothing. You know what I'm saying? I believe you're a snake and you're a fraud. What we talking about? We ain't got nothing to talk about. I believe Reggie is a snake and a fraud. He said, oh, Reggie apologized. He said you're not accepting it. I don't accept frauds and snakes' apologies because it's not real. And when you warm up a snake and a snake bites you, you know, when a snake is cold, you know what I mean? It appears to be dead. If you choose to warm the snake up and the snake bites you, you can't blame the snake. What I look like warming the snake up, acting like we apologize. We're not apologizing. You know what I'm saying? We're not apologizing about nothing. For what? Oh, you know, apology? I owe you no apology. I'm not accepting your apology. See, and this is where we got to get to the point. We got to stop accepting people apologies that mean us no good. These people apologies is only to get you to calm down and stop banging on their head. Bam, bam. That's all it is. That's the only thing they want to use an apology for. Man, let's just piece it up. We should be about peace. Nah, the devil ain't gonna never rest. And so God ain't gonna rest either. The devil ain't gonna never rest. You be apologizing and he be apologizing, and then behind the scenes, they trying to take you out. I'm telling you, Sinetta the type of person, Roy Bay the type of person, you apologize to him and y'all hug it up, and while you hugging, he be right in your back. Bam, bam, jabbing that joint in your back. Bam, bam, and you just fall from his arms and you're done. Apologizing. Nah, we need to stop that. That's that turn the other cheek foolishness. I don't rock with that. Now, once you show me that you a snake and you a fraud, it is what it is. It is what it is. We ain't apologizing. We ain't talking about nothing. No, don't call me. Don't call me through no social medias. Don't do none of that. I ain't interested. I'm not interested in talking about nothing. I mean, I'm not interested in talking about nothing. You know, one thing about me is that it doesn't matter to me whether you like me or not. That's one thing about me. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me whether you like me or not. What I care about is the truth that I have employed to make me a better person. Maybe I can teach it to help other people better people. That's it. That's it. The truth that I used to fix me when I was broke, unconscious, and foolish, maybe I can use that truth and teach you. And this is why I'm not going to go into deep diatribes about the Bible, deep diatribes about the Quran, deep diatribe. I'm going to use that same wisdom, though, that is practical and that we can apply. I'm going to use that same wisdom, whether you recognize it from the source or not. I'm going to use that same wisdom. But I'm not going into that's not my lane. My lane is not to debate whether Hebrews were slaves in Egypt. I believe it's immaterial at this point. It's good information, I would imagine, to somebody, but at the level where my understanding has developed to, it's immaterial to me right now. It's immaterial to me whether somebody trying to swindle somebody by saying that aliens built pyramids or the ancient Kemites built pyramids. The point is, I need to know how they were built. Maybe we can duplicate it. Because I believe that there is some universal celestial connection and force fields connected to that. I can't break it all down today, but I do. So I want to know who built it, how it was built. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't ready to receive that yet, it's time to move on. What can I do on Emerson Avenue? What can I do on Frederick Avenue? What can I do? You see what I'm saying? What can I do on one of these streets here in Baltimore? What can we do in the ATL? That's where my mind at. My mind ain't, man. Come on, man. What we doing? What we doing? Dressing up, carrying unks. Dressing up, carrying unks. Ashe. Coming on YouTube. Now I understand if you're in a ritualistic setting and you're practicing ancient Kemet culture, but you come on YouTube, Ashe, to talk to Sinetta, the most vile, filthy person on the internet. And you come in there like a priest. You come in there like a Kemetic priest, but you let somebody be vile, filthy, disgusting, and disrespectful, and you don't say nothing. What makes somebody say, well, I want to be like that? What makes somebody say, I want to be like Jabari? I want to be like Reggie. I want to be like, I think more people want to be like Ta'aka Bay when it comes to fighting for truth. Man, that's how I'm going to fight. I'm going to teach my children to fight. I'm going to teach my children to address truth. I'm going to teach my children not to use a foul, filthy potty mouth and still get their point across. That's what I'm going to do. Who want to influence their children to be talking all soft, acting all soft? We need fighters out here. We need some fighters out here. Talk, you know, when okay, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. You know, in ancient Egypt, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. See what Brother Reggie said. What Brother Reggie said was, what Brother Reggie said was, you have to understand who the Hyksos is. The Hyksos is like what? That's what we doing. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. And get mad at me because I give some commentary on it. Because that's all I'm doing is giving commentary on it. I don't dislike you. I don't hate you. I just don't rock with you. And I don't understand why people think because someone speaks on them from a philosophical point of view or in opposition to their philosophical approach of life, why people attribute that to hate. Why people attribute that to hate. That's not hate. I disagree with you. That's it. I simply disagree with you. No more, no less. I don't hate you. I disagree with you. And in my disagreement, I'm going to bring some receipts and I leave it up to you to prove my receipts wrong. But you know what you do? Tahaka gay. Tahaka gay. like you a half 100 tons calling Tahaka gay. B. Mother effer. Like, I'm sitting there like, this guy's crazy. This guy's tripping. This guy's tripping. And I'm saying to myself, I'm going to still show you the facts. Prove my information wrong. You know what I'm saying? Prove it wrong. If you think that a pyramid made out of what you call it, granite, it can save you, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. And I'm going to show you why. I say, prove to me that it will save you. Somebody said, cool. Look at this. What's up with those? Why don't they bring the receipts, brother? Why don't they bring the receipts? Let me tell you something, the Kemetic Hebrew. That's the first thing that people do when you call them out. Come on, man. What receipts you want? See, I can't. It's up to them to bring the receipts and prove it instead of talking. See, what's up with the domestic violence? It's up to them to bring the receipts. It ain't up to me. What you want me to say? I'm going to tell you that I want them to bring the receipts. And then I can address the receipts. I can't address Kemetic Hebrew. I can't address talk. The only thing I can address is something that you call proof. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's the different Kemetic Hebrew. My channel, I do slideshows. Bam, there it is. Bam, there it is. Bam, there it is. And that gives the person the ability to address it. So when I did the Billy Carson demonstration, I looked at the Collado Silver, right? And I showed what was taught about Collado Silver and the positive, and I showed what is about the Collado Silver in the negative. So in the negative, you get to look at what I presented, and you'll be able to counter with a response to that. I can't counter talk. So I don't entertain that. I don't entertain. Somebody said, you're a homosexual. Like, okay, yeah, whatever. If I see you, I'm gonna smack fire out your mouth. But I mean, I'm not looking for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure ain't nobody around because I ain't doing it for show. And so, but I can't respond to talk. That, I mean, that doesn't even make sense. That's not even that's not even an intelligent thing to do. Like, it's like right now, Kemetic Hebrew. It could be somebody in the chat right now, and I'd be like, man, you're a homosexual. I don't know this guy. I don't know his lifestyle. I don't know nothing. And he respond, hit the link. Hit the link. He hit the link. He trying to prove to me that he not, and I'm trying to prove to him that he is, and I don't know him. I don't know nothing about him. I don't know nothing. I'm just going to go off some comments or something I'm going to make up. Like, that's an ignorant conversation. I'm not getting involved in that. No, not me. Buddy. I mean, listen, I can go live with some real hitters to vouch for who I am. You feel me? I can go live with some real hitters in this city, in Annapolis, in DC, to vouch for who I am. Got to respond for that. This YouTube. This YouTube. And it can't ruffle my feathers because it's YouTube. I don't take them serious. It's YouTube. I can't take them serious. Like, what I'm going to do, get mad and start cussing out the screen? Man, I ain't no good. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a video. I'm going to laugh at you and make a song about you. They sleepwalking anyway. Make a song, but I'm gonna make entertainment out of it. You follow me? I'm gonna make entertainment out of it. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna teach in the process. You follow me? I'm gonna make entertainment out of it, and then I'm gonna teach in the process. I think that's more reasonable, as opposed to me getting to the level of trying to make a conversation that ain't even worth my energy to even indulge in. So I'm gonna use it as a teaching moment. I'm gonna use it as a teaching moment. Bring the receipts. Bring the receipts. I address the receipts. I'm not addressing you talking, man. Only thing I would do in talking is, if we cross path, I ain't asking no questions. That's how we deal with that. Asking no questions. What we talking about? What we talking about? Asking no questions. Where I'm from, that's total violation. Ain't nothing talking about. It's total violation. Ain't nothing talking about. You know what I mean? But then guess what happened though? You know what'll happen? When that type of disrespect happens and one respond to it in an aggressive, physical way, guess what'll happen? Again, I'm gonna be the bad guy. You know what they're gonna say? Oh, he think he a gangster. He supposed to be conscious. He think he a gangster. He supposed to be a Moor. He supposed to be this. He supposed to be that. But everybody forget the slick talk. He ain't no real Moor. He just choked outside Netta right in the middle of everybody. He ain't no real Moor. And then he had his goons around, so can nobody jump in. He ain't no real Moor. He a gangster. You can't win with these people. You can't win. That's what would happen. That's what would happen. Because I'm going to bring some young boys with me and tell the young boys, you know what I mean, stand by. Some young boys from up Park Heights and around certain parts of the city, I'm going to bring them with me, stand by, and I just choke you out like that. Just shake you like that. Just a little bit. Just like that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just choke you just a little bit. And little young guys be around there like, y'all good? Y'all good? Don't move. Don't move. Yeah, that's right. They right there. I'm gonna bring my little squad. I'm gonna bring my little squad on video one day. Yeah. Roy Bay said, if anybody smack on Moors, ain't gonna do nothing. Most Moors don't want no trouble anyway. What are you talking about? I know somebody who will though. His name is the Agape. Anyway. What up, Liberty Bell? Man, I gotta I'm supposed to be picking my son up. I'm sitting in front of the school waiting for my son, talking to y'all. He ain't come out yet. What's going on? Maybe I got the wrong time. The man. He said your wife's still married to her ex. Is that truth in that? No, that's no truth, but he should bring the proof though. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. I think what should happen, Nelson, is Nelson should say, brother, call on the phone. Brother, can you show and prove that? In fact, two things. What that has to do with you scamming, and then secondly, show and prove it, or show and prove first so he can respond. Show and prove first so he can respond. But you know what, Eddie? I'm not putting my wife into this drama. She's not a YouTuber. I'm not responding to this guy. You know what I'm saying? But he should, but show the receipt. But anyway, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something though. Look at this though. Eddie Nelson. Listen to this. If I was of the mentality of a Sinetta and I was with somebody that was married to somebody, I would be considered a player. I'd be considered the man. You see what I'm saying? I would be considered the man, right? But when people have nowhere to run, they start just saying anything. They start saying anything. Like, let's think about the mentality. Me and you, Eddie, I think his name Eddie Nelson. Me and you have some words, right? Me and you disagree on philosophy. Are you still there, Eddie? Me and you disagree on philosophy. Me and you disagree on scamming. Me and you disagree on our approach to life. And you pull my card on some issues that I can't come back on. Is the first thing that I should do is to go and see who your wife is, see who your children is? Is that the first thing I should do? We disagree philosophy. We disagree on conscious community issues. Is the first thing I'm supposed to do is go see who your mama is, See who your babies is. See who your wife is. That's what I'm supposed to do. So that's what I'm saying. This is just straight ignorant foolishness. It's just goofy. I don't mind responding. I respond to anything. If I ain't responding to talk, I need to see what you got. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. And I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I say this. Many people in this world have been up against some of the same challenges that you, me, and many people in this chat been up against. And so whenever someone says something in the negative about someone, what they fail to realize is that many of their audiences have been up against the same challenges. So say, for instance, Sinetta said, his girlfriend is married to somebody else. And it's some real people in your chat that's up against that challenge. It's some real people. Out of 1,000 people that watch that, trust me, it's some real people up in there because our people have been through some situation. So you have to be cognizant of the accusations that's being made because you also making the accusation about the same people that watching you. It's like when Stinky Inky put up my mother, put up my children, put up my son's mother and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Did all of that, right? What he failed to realize is that it's people in the chat all came from mothers. All of them came from mothers. Why do you think that's okay? Somebody, Sinetta, he had a thing of calling sisters fat and those types of things. Do we realize that it's people in this chat that may be thick and comfortable with it? And there's some that's in this chat that may have issues, whether it be thyroid or whether it be struggling with weight issues. So to even call somebody, fat and nasty and whatever you calling people that you never known, never met before, do we really understand that there's over 1,000 people that's going to watch his video that also may be up against those challenges? Follow me? So these people are not conscious at all. When they call, say for instance, they call somebody, you fat, or you this or that, or you this or that. Do they realize? Do they even realize that they got an audience that's listening to them? That may be dealing with these challenges in real time, or maybe thick, comfortable with it, love it, and don't care what you say. But you're still being offensive and disrespectful. See, you will never see that on Morse World TV. Never. Never. I love the world, and I like everything about the world from a higher perspective. Again, I love the world, and I like everything about the world from a higher perspective. I see good in a thing. And when I see foul, I call it out just to make people aware. Yeah. Just to make people aware. You feel me? So, I mean, Morse World TV is not about just randomly calling people out. Morse World TV is about bringing awareness. Many people have been doing these spiritual hustling things for far too long. For far too long. They've been doing these spiritual hotep hustling for far too long. Thank you, Tazzy Taz. I check it out. They've been doing these spiritual hustling things for far too long. And I'm the first one that's consistently addressing it. Y'all want me to stop? Let me know if y'all want me to stop addressing it. We can change the topics. Do y'all want me to stop addressing it? I need somebody to put in the chat that y'all want me to stop addressing these frauds. Y'all want me to stop? I'm the only channel that's address it consistently. Should I stop? Y'all want me to stop? I can stop. I can definitely stop. It ain't a big deal. It's so many stuff going on in the world. But I feel as though other YouTube channels, they have their lane. If Sinetta want to be the debate lane about the Bible and the Quran, about the Hebrews and the Bible, that's his lane. If my lane is to address in real time scams that are happening, JW said, I'm getting scared. Good goodness gracious. That's what you got from that, JW? That's what you got from that, JW? Bless your heart. Anyway, I'm the only YouTube platform that consistently address this. There is not one YouTube platform that addresses this consistently. I think it's a need for Moorish World TV. I think it's a need for Moorish World TV. Press 7. Shout out to with the brother Coffee and Kush in the morning. Press 7. There's a need for Moorish World TV. We need balance. Don't they say ma'at means balance? Don't we need balance? I thought we need balance. But see, when balance come on the scene, don't nobody want this type of balance. Don't nobody want this type of balance. But they say they want balance. They want balance. They want to see one side, but they don't want to hear the other side. That's not balance. That's not my art. They want balance. I am the balance. I am the balance. You feel me? So we're going to keep giving it to you. I appreciate y'all, fam. We might be live tonight. I got a meeting tonight, about an hour meeting. Y'all busy tonight? Y'all busy tonight? Y'all busy tonight? We might be live tonight. I got some I want to do something on polite tonight, man. God, I got a whole folder I need to drop on y'all. Y'all ready for some polite tonight? I got a whole folder I want to drop on y'all. I got stuff ain't nobody seen it. That's what I said. Why didn't anyone on that thing? Why didn't anyone of the men defending the part that night? Exactly. Not a Kemetic priest stood up and said, brother, that's wrong. Not one Kemetic priest. I'm going to check it out. Taz. Not one Kemetic priest. How can you be a Kemetic priest and supposed to stand for something and you don't tell somebody that they wrong? Not one Kemetic priest. Unbelievable. A priest? Isn't a priest supposed to tell you what to do as it relates to right because you're not sure? Isn't the priest supposed to guide you into what's right? See, you couldn't be around me because I'm going to tell you straight up. Anybody ever watched my show for at least a year? It was many people came on the show that they was cool for a minute, but the moment that I told them, nah, that ain't going on here, you out of here. Or fix that and you can stay here. Because I'm going to stand on my principles. Remember my brother, I want all the smoke? He was siding with Crystal Muhammad. Like, nah, bro, it's not, we can't have both ways. You're going to decide with right or you're going to decide with wrong. What side you on? We know Crystal Muhammad robbed the people for the coins for a fake assassination. You know what I'm saying? Where brother, it was determined had a heart attack, but they said he was poisoned. No evidence, no medical evidence, no nothing. What side you going to side with? You going to decide with right or you going to side with wrong? You know what I mean? The moment, you remember the brother? I want all the smoke. I like that brother. Good brother. But he couldn't pick what he couldn't pick. He couldn't pick. He wanted to play both sides. No, you can't play both sides. You can't play both sides with me. I ain't rocking like that. I even would listen to you for a little bit. I even would listen to you. But at some point, I'm going to be like, nah, you got to pick a side. You either going to pick truth or falsehood. That's it. Ain't no middle ground. Not with me, because I don't live my life in the middle. See, when I used to live my life in the gray, ain't nothing work out right. So I live my life straight up and down. One side of truth or one side of falsehood. Either I'm going to deal with the truth 100 or I'm going to deal with falsehood 100. Because see me, I'm going to give it to you a buck before I get out of here. If I was to scam somebody, man, you can trust me. I ain't selling $25 Colado silver. I get some young boys some B's, some blocks. Man, we not going nickel and dime and play games. I'm going all in. Either I'm going all left or I'm going all right. And I know left means death, so I'm definitely ain't going left. But I ain't gonna nickel and dime, petty hustle you, selling you little trinkets, little rocks and all that. Man, nah, man, listen, nah. Not wasting my time. You know how stressful that is? Man, just give me the stress all at once. Give me the stress all as one. Let's take over the whole block like in the 80s. Give me all the stress. Don't give me, oh man, you selling Colado silver, you selling flashlights to heal you and all that. Wet napkins, talking about their holy napkins, man. I'm not, no, I ain't doing none of that. Somebody say, why are you a professor now? I am a professor because I went in my printer, pulled out a piece of paper, made me a certificate, and I became a professor. Is that? These guys, they got certificate to be doctors and claim to be PhDs. They got certificates to be all of these things. I feel as though I have the right to go into my printer. I ain't even print it out. I ain't even get a template. I just wrote it out. Certificate of Achievement, Professor of YouTube, presented to Tahaka Bay. I'm a professor. They can be doctors, and people call them doctors. Nope, Europeans ain't give me nothing. Nope, mine's certified. Ain't no European rubber stamp this. Only one rubber stamp this is you. That's right. You rubber stamp this. European ain't rubber stamp this. I didn't go to Yale. I didn't go to the school that Ali Muhammad went to. I tried to go to the school that Inky went to, but they were shut down. I was gonna go there. I went there and they were shut down. Government shut them down. So I said, hey, you know what I mean? Thank you, Joey. I say, hey, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it too. Why not? Thank you for super chat. If they can do it, I can do it too. I'm a professor. You know I'm a professor. Y'all know that. I teach with my slideshows, teach about Polite, teach about Sonetta, teach about all these scams. I'm a professor. Do y'all accept me being a professor? Press 7 if y'all accept me. If y'all don't accept me, press 6, and then I need to know what I need to do better. I need to know what I need to do better. If y'all, I need your rubber stamp. Can I get your rubber stamp? And I'm going to say this. Press 7 if I am Professor Tahaka Bay. If I'm not, I'm going to remove it. But if I'm Professor Tahaka Bay because you said so. See, listen, I'm better than all of them. I got your approval. I got your approval. I got your approval. They ain't got no approval. I got your approval. They got one man approval with a certificate. A man with a certificate gave them a certificate and told them was a doctor. I'm going to say it again. Thank you, family. We're going to do polite tonight. We're going to do some polite tonight. Listen, the man, listen to this. People get certificates calling himself a doctor from a man who has a certificate who's not a doctor himself. Can't make this stuff up. And then when you call them on and say, I sent you my certificate. Bro, it's a certificate. It's a certificate. This stuff is crazy to me. This stuff is crazy to me. It's a certificate. you ain't do no med school. You ain't do none of that. Anyway, family, I gotta go get Taji. I don't know why he ain't come out this school yet. I ain't seen nobody come out, but I gotta go get him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's another thing, you know. We need to build our own schools, man. That's what we should be working on. Blueprints to building our own schools. You know what I mean? Fortunately to me, my youngest is in a school that has nothing to do with this system. You know what I'm saying? But we need schools, man. We need schools where people are competent. Like you, would you really let a Hotep scholar teach your children? Huh? Would you really let a Hotep bodega scholar teach your children? That stuff that you see on MWTv, you really think that they are going to be in a classroom structure teaching children? Shay Bain said, I would. You're going to let Brother Reggie teach your children? I like Brother Reggie at one time. You know what I'm saying? But Brother Reggie, he rambles too long. He rambles like an old man. He's not an instructor. He rambles. Not saying that Reggie don't have some good information at times, but he rambles. Like he going to confuse my children more than anything. And then the next thing you know, yeah, I think Jabari has the potential. I agree. Khalil, I think Jabari has the potential. The only thing about Jabari is he's compromised. And that's a bad thing. What I mean by compromise, because he's on MWTv, he is the type of person that will embellish just to remain on MWTv. And you can't trust that sort of teacher. You feel me? If you can't trust a teacher that has no principles. So when Sinetta cussed out Nepal, even from a teacher's perspective and from a Kemetic priest perspective, he should have jumped in right there because that's his man's. And in a respectful way, because it is Sinetta's show, in a respectful way. You know what I mean? I say Islam, peace, something in a respectful way. Somebody say, who is qualified to teach? Who is qualified for our child? I'm going to do an interview with a sister who owns a daycare and a preschool after school program. Sean said it right. We are. And I'm going to show you the type of personality and the type of energy that you allow to teach your children if you are in control of the circumstances. Some of us are not in that point of control where we still use public school and all that. But when your children come home, you are the one to teach them. You are the one to teach them. You are the one to get them to compare information that was given to them to the information that is real. You know what I'm saying? You are the one. Like, if you are unable to get your children out of public school, then you got to go to the next level and teach your children to balance off the misinformation. You follow me? But if you're able to get your children out of public school and homeschool, like Shay Bain say, I homeschool some of my children. If you're able to do that, then you make sure that you teach them actual facts and never compromise. Never compromise the facts. But when you got people like Jabari, he could be a good teacher, but he he would compromise the facts. He would compromise the facts because he's very one-sided. He would compromise the facts, and that's not a good teacher. You might as well send your child back to public school because that's what public school do. They compromise the facts. And some people just they compromise the facts because of ego. Ego makes people compromise the facts too because they say, I know this, I know that. I'm the man. I know this, I know that, I know this. You know what I'm saying? And ego would make you compromise the facts. You know what I mean? So let me see something real quick. Y'all see me?